Protect your DNA. BioPQQ can promote formation of new mitochondria. Infowarsstore.com.
Taylor in Michigan, you're on the air. Thanks for calling.
Hey, Alex. I've got in my possession a Department of Homeland Security document that's went under the radar. This right here is bombshell information. This is the cherry on top of the pie of the volumes of tyrannical literature that the DHS has put out, labeling every facet of the American people as constituting the #1 domestic extremist threat to our national security. Okay, it's the U.S. Department of Homeland Security Federal Emergency Management Agency National Exercise Program. And it's entitled, you can type this in, it's entitled National Exercise Program, Capstone Exercise 2014, Scenario Ground Truth. And in this exercise, under Section 6.1, under Cyber Operations, the exercise scenario...
Sir, just slow down for just a minute. I've seen a lot of documents, and I think I've seen this one before, and some are real, some aren't, and so I'm not saying you're wrong. Give me the title of it right now, and I'll type it in and pull it up for my... I'll type it in and pull it up for myself. I just had my mouse here, but I'll try my best to get it. Go ahead and give me the headline so myself and everybody else can follow along. What is the name of the document?
Okay, it's National Exercise Program, Capstone Exercise
Go slower.
2014.
Go slower. Go slower. I'm not a typist.
Sorry, I was just trying to move along.
You're doing great. I'm going to ask you again. Just I'm slow here, but I'm going to do it myself. Go ahead and give me national level exercise.
National Exercise Program.
Okay, go ahead.
Capstone Exercise 2014.
Yeah, I remember this. Okay, thank you. I wasn't trying to be rude. I just wanted to get it. Now go ahead, sir.
It's called Scenario Ground Truth, too.
Yeah, I found it. You can document cam right in here. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, FEMA Capstone 2014 National Exercise begins. Yes, we covered this at Infowars.com. And then they've got the Army training manuals to put us in FEMA camps. No, I know, sir. It's all public. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just wanted to point out, you know, for the people that have any doubt as to what is coming, the military puts a name on the face of the enemy they're going to fight. Under Section 6.1, quote, this is the scenario story setting. The U.S. Northern Command mission of defense support to civil authorities has led to increased activity by some anti-government organizations. Currently, the most vocal organization is Free Americans Against Socialist Tyranny. Using social media, they advertise anti-U.S. rhetoric focusing on the Department of Defense, as well as to recruit like-minded individuals to join their cause. And they go on to say that their #1 focus is sympathizers within the government and military to the cause of Free Americans Against Socialist Tyranny. I mean, this is bold right here.
Yes, I remember whenever this came out, Infowars wrote a story about it. Homeland Security exercise targets Free Americans Against Socialist Tyranny. Paul Joseph Watson wrote about that in March of 2014. Sir, I'm glad you're freaking out about this. I'm glad you're upset. I'm glad you're concerned. Do you understand we have the Emergency Centers Establishment Act? We have the Civilian Inmate Labor Camp Program. We have the Internment Resettlement Army document. We have the military telling us they're training for this. And so they're gearing up to go after gun owners and veterans and local police officers, you name it, while funding a race war. They're clearly gearing up for something big. And I just wonder, how do all these crooks in the Obama administration and people above them think they're going to get away with this? But they've certainly got some plan. And the answer is false flags to be blamed. And that's why they kind of gave like a catch-all fictional name so that Homeland Security people reading that document would try to search that and wouldn't find any real groups bearing that, or would then find doppelgangers run by the feds that put out hateful rhetoric. You understand that's not really a real group from my research last year back at the time. It's just a catch-all so the people reading it for themselves can't go out and find out if it's true or not. It's just, people against socialists. And yes, they are preparing this, and that's why you add the move with the White House protected groups saying kill police. how are they going to then say kill the police, but then still blame the patriots? Well, how are they going to create al-Qaeda and ISIS, turn them loose all over the Middle East to kill everybody, and then turn around and say we've got to bomb Assad to stop ISIS, when Assad is fighting ISIS? See, that's how crazy this is the public is so illiterate when it comes to politics and terms. That's what George Orwell said. You destroy language, you destroy people's minds. It's like trying to talk to, and I'm not being mean, but it's like trying to explain algebra to somebody that's got Down syndrome. I mean, I have trouble doing algebra. I don't have a very mathematical brain, but I can figure it out. I can pass the class. I can do some trigonometry. But you try to teach it to somebody with a 70 IQ, it ain't happening. Well, they've artificially, with chemicals and TV and the culture, done this to people now where they might say that, you know, groups killing hundreds of cops, even though it's Black Lives Matter connected groups, they might come out and say the Patriots did it. I mean, they say I'm behind the Boston bombing. They say I want cops dead with no proof. I said at the time, they'll end up within a year blaming Assad for al-Qaeda and ISIS. And they did exactly that. So I actually believe once they start a wave of cops being killed, they're going to have some patriot group they run be set up for killing a bunch of cops at some police event or something, a bomb, who knows, and then they're going to say, we're done with cops being killed, we're arresting the patriots. And the average person will just say, okay, do it. I mean, it's so warped, it's so sick, it's so upside down, it's so illogical. I don't even know what to say at this point, brother, but it's definitely happening. Anything else?
Yeah, I would like to add, my friend is in the Detroit State Police. I played hockey with him. I can give you his name off air. He specifically, my friends were asking him at the bar, this was in October of 2013, they're asking him, hey, are you still being trained to go after the libertarians and the Ron Paul supporters? And he kind of like laughed it off, and then he straight up told us that they're being prepared by the DHS for all-out civil war in 2017. And I mean, I vetted that for quite a while, and now it really seems to be coming to fruition. I just thought that was interesting.
I know. It is coming to fruition. I don't wish any black people harm, any cops harm. I don't wish any Hispanics harm. I don't wish any Asians harm. I just want to have free market and have a country and let us have power plants and let us grow food and let us eat good food that isn't GMO and don't shoot kids up with deadly vaccines and let us be healthy and not have us surveilled all the time and, just have a basic, decent, prosperous country. But that isn't what the globalists want. They want to capture and break the back of this country, and this is modern globalist warfare right now. And I really appreciate you, Taylor, for calling in, short of breath. FEMA document says it wants to go after the Patriots and round us up with the military. And it's at FEMA.gov, and I can't believe you're not. We did talk about it. But I should be talking about this more. But that's my problem, is I've been so close to this so long that maybe I should just drink fluoride and take all the vaccines and just get cancer and die and just worship the government and worship, I have a sex change and just die of cancer and worship tyranny and worship Satan. And just worship all the babies, worship the government killing the babies and selling their body parts. And be glad little kids are dying everywhere of bone cancer from fluoride in the water. And just be glad everybody's becoming mentally brain damaged and just find a trash dump somewhere and just roll around in piles of garbage. But I'm not going to do that. I mean, I'm a sick freak. I just like good, clean, healthy, happy things. I like justice. I like freedom. And I'm a bad person because I'm not like the world, I guess. I guess you're bad, too, out there, listeners. Neil in Arizona, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yeah, hi, Alex. I'm an author of a book called Global Economic Collapse, The New Dark Ages. And I actually wanted to talk about what?
It's a good title.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, it's going to happen. I was on your show and talked to Lyndon LaRouche before, and he introduced me to the Glass-Steagall Act. I wanted to talk about the borders, though, being down here in Tucson and it becoming a sanctuary city because we have a liberal mayor and a liberal sheriff. And out here, you have to basically own a gun to protect yourself in the rural areas. And I'm going through a situation where I've been targeted by corrupt police. I'm kind of a whistleblower, and I've complained about police corruption and them ignoring our complaints. And there's even an article about it. If I can listen, if I could say the title of the article, is that okay?
Yeah, man, I don't screen your calls on air, bro. I don't do it. I don't do it. Whoa. Whoa, man. What do you mean if you can say the title of an article?
Well, I didn't know if there's copyright restrictions or anything.
Sir, there's no copyright on your speech to say the name of articles? Hey, I don't mean to be rude to you, Neil. Just stay there and I'll come back to you in 70 seconds when we start the next hour. It's just, you see how political correctness works and copyright stuff? We all censor ourselves where he thinks he can't say the name of an article. I mean, brother. Oh, my God. Neil, sorry. We're just taking calls. We just joined us on stations out there. Callers always call me, and they either thank me, which is fine, but like Rush Limbaugh said 20 years ago, just say dittos. Thank you for the thank, but let's hear your info. Listeners want to hear what you have to say. I want to hear what you have to say. Then they'll go further, and they'll say, is it all right if I cover these topics? Because they're used to talk radio. You call up and get interrogated and have to get permission to get on air. We don't screen the calls on air. I'm not a call screener. So it's become a pet peeve. You might as well punch me in the nose to ask me if you can say something. Now, all you can't do is give out phone numbers because you could give out the wrong number or somebody else's number. If it's a public number, I'm fine with it. But other than that, you can, listen, we'll put you on air. You can agree with me, disagree with me, you know, plug stuff, whatever, as long as it doesn't go on too far. I like to really let people on air. I like to really hear what you have to say. So I apologize, Neil, for kind of freaking out earlier. I'm in a really bad mood today. I'm going to be honest with everybody. I probably shouldn't even be on air, but we're having some good informative radio because I really care. This stuff gets to me. To live in a country where the government is run by crooks so evil, they're running movements to start shooting cops. And I got to sit there and watch them get away with it while they got Homeland Security breathing down my neck for no reason. I'm sick of the, and I'm not scared of it, I'm sick of the injustice. I'm sick of the betrayal. Man, this country's run by bad people who don't like good people. And I'm sick of good people laying down. I'm telling you right now. And I'm telling Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama and David Rockefeller and the New World Order and all of them something. You're not going to get away with starting a civil war in this country. You might pull it off, but in the end, you are going to be brought to justice. Your plan cannot succeed with people knowing about it. So I want listeners to get aggressive, telling people what's happening, getting the word out. Ugh. This is real, folks. They're going to start a civil war. They're starting a war with Russia. Do you understand? The cakewalk won't go on forever. They're gearing up for hell, man. So we need to get past the point of caring about copyrights. People always ask, can I put your bumper sticker on my car? Can I paint your website on the side of my building? You can do whatever you want. It's free speech. Please do. Anyways, I'm ranting. I apologize, Neil. I really do. You're a nice person. You're a good person. Good job writing a book. I commend you for what you've done. I apologize for being a rude person. Go ahead, Neil. What else is on your mind? Tell us about this place you were telling us about.
Okay, I put my story out on a blog, guncontrolextremism.blogspot.com, and the other site, of course, was the Saga of 3 Points, and they're extremely corrupt out here by the border, and I take care of my disabled mother on dirt roads, and that it's run by, you know, liberals out here, and we have no roads to drive on and no trash services, and I have to take care of my disabled mother while the borders are down, and I'm like the only defense out here, and the police ignore all of the complaints out here. I've complained so many times about them. It's unbelievable, and I'm targeted by them, and another driver claimed to have seen my gun, and they're trying to give me 6 years in prison, and I have no criminal record whatsoever.
Oh, yeah, they're using all sorts of laws, BLM laws, you name it, to just go after everybody. That's what I mean. The system is predatory. It's going after good people now, and the cops need to realize that they can't go along with this anymore. They're going to be destroyed in it as well. God bless you, sir. I'm sorry to hear you're dealing with that.
It's 11:59 at Radio Free America, and this is Uncle Sam with music and the truth until dawn. Right now, I got a few words for some of our brothers and sisters in the occupied zone. The chair is against the wall. The chair is against the wall. John has a long mustache. John has a long mustache. It's 12 o'clock, Americans, another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on or behind the lines, this is your song.
But they took a lot of people away. People that they thought were going to make trouble for them. People that had guns or things they wanted, they just took them away.
Where?
Re-education camps, that's what they call it.
So part of it is we have to break through our kind of private idea that kids belong to their parents or kids belong to their families and recognize that kids belong to whole communities.
I have decided we really need camps for adults. And we need the kind of camps that you all run. I mean, really.
All persons of Japanese descent were required to register. Now they were taken to racetracks and fairgrounds where the Army almost overnight had built assembly centers.
I'm a sorry citizen. I refuse to recognize you guys.
What kind of a situation in the U.S. would you see that happening?
I mean, we've got a lot of constitutionalists and a lot of people that stockpile weapons.
Plus, you have a lot of people that are coming out of the military that have the ability and the knowledge to build IEDs and to defeat law enforcement techniques.
These people are radicalized and they don't support the United States and they're disloyal to the United States. It's our right and our obligation to segregate them from the normal community.
And so what we're doing here, and let's not kid about it, we're building a domestic army because the government is afraid of its own citizens.
Put your gun down, really?
Rallying patriots worldwide in defense of human liberty. It's Alex Jones.
Are you some kind of a constitutionalist?
So these people who hold themselves out to be patriots are not. They're nothing more than domestic terrorists.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance.